Ray, it's great to see you. Obviously, you know, you guys agreed for this bout through Twitter. Seems to be a lot of respect between you and Paul Felder. Why was it Paul specifically that you wanted to fight?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't specifically wanting to fight anyone. Just there's a few fans on Twitter that were saying they would like to see me versus Felder. I think he replied saying he would be up for it when it comes to Glasgow, and me being me, I was up for the fight as well. And then, yeah, I'm not sure if it went through management and stuff, but Shelby asked, you know, you want the fight, and of course I came off the Lausanne fight, wasn't too banged up. A couple of weeks off to chill out, and then just back to it.
And how do you see your styles matching up?
Stylistically good. A lot of people believe it could be fight of the night, which is always good, an extra 50 Gs. Yeah, I mean, he's predominantly a striker. He likes to come and bang. I feel like my style suits well for stuff like that. Looking at, you know, when the fight was on the feet with Lausanne and Pearson, quite similar. Yeah.
So as well, it's not been that long, obviously, since you did fight. You know, you're coming off 2 great wins against veterans, you know, Joe Lausanne and also Ross Pearson. And why was it you were so keen to just get straight back in there rather than rest and, you know, wait for a high-ranked opponent?
Just because it's Scotland. It wouldn't be the same if I wasn't like if I was here as a fan and watching it. I'd be gutted watching it. And, that being said, I feel like I've been on fight camp since February, so because obviously I was on fight camp for the Lausanne fight. I had maybe a week or 2 weeks off, and then straight back to it. So I'm not going to lie, saying I'm not looking forward to a pizza and chilling out time after the fight, but yeah, that was it, just because it's coming to Scotland and I've got to be a part of that.
Stevie, what's your current contract situation with the UFC?
This is my last fight in the contract, so kind of speaking with my management and stuff, and they actually said that they weren't going to renegotiate before the end of the fight yet, so we just thought you fight out your contract, but then I think they made an offer, but we felt that maybe I should have been on a little bit more money, but coming off wins over Pearson and Lausanne. And yeah, and then basically just speaking back and forth to Shelby, and he says we kind of asked for what we were looking for, and he says, right, well, get past this next fight, then we'll talk that.
So this is a bit of a roll of the dice from you, and we've seen some other fighters do this too, where they go to the final fight hoping to get a win, so you kind of have a bit of leverage coming off in your case, it'll be a 3-fight win streak, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of like the same as deal or no deal. You've got the option, you know, take the deal. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, I'm confident in my ability to get the win. So, I mean, I believe I'll still get a pretty good contract, even if I did end up losing. But I'm going to get a much better contract getting the win. Like you said, I'll be on a 3-fight win streak. I'll have just beat Felder, Lausanne, and Pearson all in a row. 6-1 in the UFC. A big part of UFC Glasgow twice. I've took short notice fights, so it's just about me putting all that on the table and saying, Dana, get your hand in your pocket and get the money.
Is the ideal situation for you to re-sign with the UFC, or would you be looking to explore the free agency market just to see what other offers you may be able to get out there?
Yeah, I mean, ideally I want to stay with the UFC. Like, I'm not really testing free agency to go anywhere else. It's more just, you know, I believed I should have been on a little bit more money. I've kind of been under the radar, I feel. Like, there's not a lot of guys out there that's 5-1 in the UFC, and coming over wins, like I said, Pearson was on, and yeah, I just felt like I should have been on a little bit more money, and they obviously got paid way more than me as well. They've been in the UFC and deserved that and stuff, but there becomes a time where if you're beating guys that are getting paid way more for losing against you, then you kind of want want to get that payday as well. So yeah, just ideally get the win, get the contract I want. But that being said, obviously if some other company came and said, well, we'll pay you double or whatever, then you can maybe have to go where the money is. I'll just see what happens. But my options are obviously open.
Is there a reason why you think you have been flying under the radar, where you haven't had the profile that perhaps other fighters do?
Maybe just because I didn't talk much shit, basically. I try and stay respectful, I try and stay humble, defeat or victory. And yeah, like, it's not really in me to go and talk, and unless they're talking rubbish about me, then they'll maybe see that side of me, because that is in me, where if somebody's giving me crap, then they'll get it back. But I mean, this fight with Felder, we're both we know the script. I was speaking to him earlier on the left, seen him in the gym, just kind of speaking to him like he's another guy. That being said, Sunday night we're going to kick the shit out of each other and put on a show for the fans. But yeah, it's just a fight at the end of the day. I'm sure at the end of it we'll share a pizza together and a beer maybe.
You see the way that Connors is now, he's over in the States, he's talked himself into a £75 million payday. I mean, when you see somebody they're able to talk their way into that sort of level of paydays, does that make you reconsider your approach and perhaps going that more verbal style?
Definitely. I mean, I wish obviously I had the talk like that, but you've either got it or you've not. And I feel like if you've not got it and you try and fake it, you'll get seen out. And there's a few fighters that I think have done it. It just ends up cringy and horrible. I mean, Connor's obviously got it. It just comes, but yeah, I'd rather just stay who I am, be humble, and the other way to look at it is when you are a bit cocky and stuff, and you've got a lot of people that like it, but you've also got a lot of haters as well. Whereas I feel the humble approach kind of, you've got more people that like you rather than hate you. And if it doesn't work out, like when you seen Paul Craig's doing it a bit, he was kind of calling it John Jones and said he wanted Shogun and being a bit of that attitude, and it was cool and it looked good and it was probably doing him favours, but then he got knocked the hell out, and then he's getting so much shit for it. So when you get beat, it doesn't work out.
Have you watched any of the Mayweather-McGregor press conferences yet?
I have, just chilling last night watching it. I watched the first one as well.
What do you think? Something
to do, I suppose, when you're cutting about in a hotel waiting for the weigh-ins. Yeah, it gives you something to do. It's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, something to do, something to watch. I seen the one last night. I think McGregor's already starting to get in Mayweather's head. Just with the weight, and I didn't think Mayweather liked the way that the crowd was yesterday all for McGregor, and he looked silly a few times as well when he was trying to do the whole hard work, getting the crowd to shout back, and nobody was really shouting anything. So